Okay, so everybody, welcome to ETEC 213, Power Systems, or Power Systems Technology. It's one of those. I'm sitting here in my office. It's week one. It just so happens to be 2015, and Nick Bowman's here with me. You want to just come around for a quick sec, Nick? Pardon the mess.
Hi, everyone.
So Nick and I are going to be teaching the course. I know inside the course it says Troy Savage is the instructor. He's just taking a break this semester, so Nick and I are here. We're look for a doodle poll we just sent out. I think Nick,
Yes.
you responded,
Yes.
but we're just looking to do run this course just like we have most of the previous courses in energy technology on campus, where if you're living in town, you can come and join us. We're just going to do a little thing in my office. If the numbers grow, we'll find another somewhere at the library or over in the business department to run the course. So thanks, man. So from there, and then what we'll do is post a little something like this each week, nothing too fancy. Go through some problems. Nick and I will be checking the assignments as well as the discussion board each week. So let's go ahead and just take a look at course website. And Nick and I were both commending Professor Savage on his excellent layout and organization of the Moodle shell. So this is going to be one of the better Moodle shells I think you've experienced. And this I think is just some old Troy Savage things. And if you want to read about Troy, that's great. He's the instructor who set this up in the first place. But let's just go through the syllabus. I don't want to beleaguer it, but might as well take a look. Looks like he's got it in a Word version. You can see the old logos up there still. That's fine. We'll update that. It's still got the spring 2014, but nothing is effectively changed. We'll make a few minor edits to this. So, like I said, Troy was the previous instructor. Now I am. Fortunately, we're both professional engineers. I just passed my PE exam a couple of years ago, so now I'm legal. I'm armed. I'm dangerous. The overview. So we're going to dig a little more into electricity, especially how it applies to motors. And since I mentioned motors, this is a copy of the textbook. They're on sale at the Missoula College bookstore. If you've taken the class before, and I know there's a few guys in here, this is there's catching up and finishing up. You hopefully already have a copy of this. It's going to be the same edition. Might even just be the first edition, but Nick's got a copy too. And if you don't have it yet, don't worry. The first two chapters are on the website. And I thought we had. I think it was just there. Yeah, right down here. So right in the middle of week one, you can see a PDF of chapters 1 and 2. So if you don't have the textbook yet, not a big deal. You can just go and grab it. Magnetism, and we've covered this. I don't know if you remember back from 101 and 102, but we did cover the physics of magnetism in a fair amount of detail. Maxwell's equations, electromagnetic radiation, they are more or less one and the same. Transformers, those are the big green things you see. There's a lot of transformers just reducing voltage so that the large line voltages that are used on the grid don't fry you in your house. So again, just electromagnetic field there. Applications. So motors, again, a big thing. I really want to show a shot of this. I have a giant motor sitting on my desk. I'm afraid I don't want to pick it up. It's really heavy. And I don't want to move my laptop because it's bolted to my desk right now. But we've got some pretty cool gadgets here for various technologies. And what's the rating on this thing anyway? Is there a nameplate? 1800. Okay. What's the power? Does it say? It's only half horsepower. Oh well, that's okay. No big deal. Half horsepower. So we'll look at that. We'll look at single phase, we'll look at three phase, both AC and DC, and control methods. So that's pretty much it. It's NRG. It's now NRGY. Our we've moved from a three letter scheme to a four-letter. And I think I should also mention that our department just changed names. We're no longer the ACE department. We're the ACE-T department. We're the Applied Computing and Engineering Technology department. As recently, well, it has not been approved by the Board of Regents yet, but I think it's pretty much a done deal that anyone who's graduating this year or later will have on their diploma Applied Computing and Engineering Technology. So kind of fun, kind of neat. So course objectives, nothing too different from what I just described. We will look at torque. That's something that's jumping out at me right now. And the main purpose for power systems is to serve as sort of a bridge between the electrical world and the mechanical world. And torque is something that's a mechanical term, not an electrical. But we'll go over in detail how those two things are related, the mechanical and the electrical. Describe and contrast. So we'll make sure that all these things make sense to you by the end of the course. Implement previous learning skills. One thing that we will be relying on a fair amount in the course is trigonometry. So there's fairly subtle but very important electrical term, physical parameter called the power factor, and there's a lot of subtleties there that's going to involve trig. It's not going to be anything too crazy trig, but we're going to use the things that you learn in trigonometry to understand what the power factor is and why that's important in power systems. All right, so that's something to look forward to. Already went over the text. Homework, 25%. Online participation. Troy's put some nice links together. So here's the discussion, forum policy. We'll look at that in a sec. But you can also see that each week you will have a discussion. I guess while we're on the topic, let's just drop in there and take a look at that. I'm sure you guys are all very familiar with that. But who has logged in? Okay, so Jesse's logged in. Fantastic. So is Joe. Let's just see what... gosh, this is kind of a new version of Moodle. Nice picture. Jesse. Okay. Good to be back after the break. Getting bored. Okay, good night. That's honest. Energy program. Let me get to school. Interested in me after the military. GI Bill. Great interest. Electric motors, generators, magnets. Super. Good. Hoping to be capable of troubleshooting or building these as a hobby. Neat. School full time. Being an entrepreneur. Yeah, I hear you. I went back to school after a long time too, Jesse. It's and I never left. I'm still here. On a can over a break. Airframe and power plant mechanic. Nice. Life flight. Neat. Okay. You know, it's funny you mentioned life flight. I just met a guy down the Bitterroot. You'll have to tell me if this is the case, Jesse. I've got a new buddy. His name's Craig Thomas. And guys, if you get a chance, this man whose book I'm holding up is just, to me, it embodies the Montana spirit. He's lived here most of his life. Came out here for college, loved it, stuck around, hunting elk. And if you look in the back there's a giant piece of power equipment that he uses for forestry. And he's somebody who really, I think in so many ways, embraced the boundary between environmental stewardship and technology. And now I'm lucky enough to be working with him. There's a picture, Craig Thomas, kind of a unique looking individual, but just salt of the earth, man. I mean, you just don't come across too many people like this. I want to say that he helped start Life Flight, because I don't know. Read the book. There's a few copies left in the bookstore, both here and on the main campus. But a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago now, he was out elk hunting on horseback, got bucked, broke his pelvis, and had to be basically carried out of the woods. And I think it was actually him who started this. He's got his own not airport. Well, if you want to call Stevensville an airport, he's got his own landing strip in Stevensville. We'll put it that way. And I want to say he started that. Anyway, that's how my brain works. I see life fly by. I think it's Craig Thomas, the same guy now. Most of the time, understanding things work. Military, I worked in helicopters. Now I get to do this part-time. Life is good now. Nice. Good to hear. Okay. So, let's go back. And who else is logged in to the discussions? Howdy all. Joe. We just saw Joe for 214. Took a break. To get more knowledge, power systems, AC/DC. Yeah, and so we're just going to take what you learn in AC/DC and apply it to motors, more or less, and other various power systems. Quite a bit of experience. Good. I know. Yep. Yeah, that's what it's all about, just scheduling. I'll just, for whatever it's worth, man, I'll show you guys my schedule. I don't know, this is what I and this might actually help so that you guys can sort of appreciate what my schedule's looking like this week or this year. I've got office hours Tuesday, Thursday, 9 to 10:30. We're still looking for common times to meet for 214 and 213. Obviously, we're right here, right now, a week earlier. I'm helping Mark Olson out with 101 and 102. He's got a bumper crop of students. It's really great to see. 243, that's Connor Darby. That's our PV course. We'll meet with him on Friday. 235, and I think this might have moved to Wednesday, Friday, but it's going to be in the afternoon with Zandy Sievers and Leg Todd, and they're just going to be a dynamic duo in there. NRGY 299, that's our solar car. Now it's our electric car. And then 244, unfortunately, was canceled this year. I don't know if you guys heard, but this enrollment's been down over the past few years, and it's almost like one of those things where when the university sneezes, Missoula College gets sick. But for whatever reason, we just kind of a relatively small graduating class this year. Like I said, 101 is full, and for 101 to be full in the spring is something. But just getting back to what Joe was saying, put a study schedule for yourself together like this, and you'll be fine. Just put some time aside each week. We're also teaching a new course, NCCER. It's there's a pair of them. I'll just grab the textbook just so you guys can see this, and it's really it's not something that you're going to need if you're near the end of your energy tech degree. But it's if you've got a buddy or a pal out there, it's like, hey, I was thinking about going back to college. This is more of a trades kind of approach. There's conduit bending, how to stick wires in a box and an outlet in your hall. Stuff that you should kind of know how to do. But this is sort of the official national standard, and that's what we're currently teaching to. So new things happening in energy tech. What else? Outside of work, outdoor, rock climbing, mountain biking. Neat. I'm surprised I don't know where you live there, Joe, but I'm always out on my bike too. And it's always easier to see people on their bikes than it is in their cars, so maybe I'll see you out there. Okay, so good. And the point of that whole thing was just to show that that's how we're going to primarily communicate in the course. We'll do these little weekly lectures, and if you guys want to, there is a way that I can very easily put a chat session in here. So we can very easily meet per week. It seems like typically it doesn't get subscribed, or I'll have a few people want to try it. They're like, I'm too busy. I just want to catch the iTunes U version. So that's fine too. But if anyone's passionate about meeting sort of in a virtual classroom like this live weekly, if you just need some help with the problems, want to meet, let me know. I'll put a link in the website, and we'll go from there. All right, required course material. There's the book. pretty simple. Here is a supplement. If you want to grab the Putrazella, that's fine, but it's the Kaiser book that I just showed you, which is the only required textbook. And as Nick can attest, I've got a lot of textbooks, and I always say yes, yes, please, another textbook. Homework policy and procedures. We'll stick to this, and the thing to keep in mind is the stuff in red. If your homework's late, you'll start losing points. So if something else like Moodle failure, let me know. We'll give you some grace period. But as Joe Ryman-Schneider was just saying, it's really best just to stay on top of your materials and put a schedule together. Okay. I don't want to beleaguer this because it's actually 2:30 and I'm hoping to wrap up class, but let's just see if there's anything else to review. Software, if you're done, reading assignment. So here we go. Here's the reading assignment for the first week. Okay, so it's just the first two chapters. So read them. They're pretty straightforward, fairly easy and fun reading. Read the first two chapters. They're online, like I just showed you. And then let's just take a quick peek at the test. The test covers the class information. You get 2 attempts, not too bad. This is also set up. Taking test. Okay, so this, you guys are used to this. We'll preview it just for grins. Okay, so this is just all straight from the syllabus. This is were you paying attention on the syllabus? So I won't go over that. You guys are big boys and girls right now. Highest score. That's the last day. Nice. Okay, so so the first test is all about logistics, nothing else, and that's it. I don't know, anything to add there, Nick? Or
Yeah, I hope you guys have a good semester, and let me know how I can help.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you in cyberspace, everybody. Do respond to that doodle poll, because what I would like to do is just set up a, like I said, we're meeting today, Tuesday at 1, but I put 9 different selections out there, and I know Tim, you said you get off work at. Oh no, I think Tim goes to work at 3. So so probably that 3 p.m. slot won't work for you, and that wouldn't be my favorite either. But 1 o'clock or an 11 o'clock on any of those Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays would be great. So looking forward to seeing the poll and get that first little assignment done, and we'll see you next week. All right, thanks. Stop the recording. There we go.